I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk, he's a dog, he's a pig, he's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has. He talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face. This is somebody that we want for president? I don't think so. What I care about is the direction of this country. And what I'm very, very worried about is that it might go in the wrong direction with someone like Donald Trump. If you care about your future, vote for it.
Did you apprehend about the ballsy showdown amid Robert De Niro and Trump? It's like an arena beeline out of a cine, but this time it's absolute action. The auto-disciplinarian, brilliant, aloof, alone, an accuracy bomb so big it's got MAGA hats spinning. Stick about to acquisition out what De Niro said that's got Trump supporters bubbles at the aperture like berserk chihuahuas. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a baby favor. If you acknowledge this agreeable, amuse Boudier additional to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos after subscribing. It costs you annihilation, but makes a huge aberration to us. Did you bang the subscribe button? Abundant acknowledge you. Now back to the video. So association, our boy Bobby De Niro aloof couldn't accumulate his aperture shut any longer. Newsflash, De Niro, attractive aciculate as any time, strolls up to the mic at some adorned Hollywood brawl. The allowance goes quiet and everyone's cerebration. Is he action to allocution about his abutting cine? Nah, he's got bigger angle to fry.
We've heard you allocution about the above admiral. You accept alleged him a artifice, a con artist. You've said a lot worse names than that. He's a New Yorker like you, and you accept watch this cast of BS. I anticipate of how cool it is. This ability be the one case area that could be it for him. It's accompaniment case. He's ailing. He is absolutely a ailing being that somehow has been accustomed into our arrangement. It's a accompaniment case. He's ailing. He is absolutely a ailing being that somehow has been accustomed into our arrangement.
De Niro starts spitting blaze about Trump's latest shenanigans. Let me acquaint you. The crowd's jaws hit the floor faster than Trump's approval ratings. He doesn't authority aback, calling Trump aggregate from a wave bandit to a absolute also-ran. It's like watching adept chic in baking, and Trump's the capital course. As De Niro's words answer through the allowance, you can about apprehend the aggregate blow of MAGA admirers across the country, like watching an agglomeration of affronted Oompa Loompas acumen their orange baton isn't all he's absurd up to be. De Niro's accuracy bomb hit Trump area it hurts, appropriate in his ego. Turns out the Donald can bowl it out, but he can't take it. Who knew? The restriction builds as we admiration. How's Trump action to handle this exact smackdown? Will he cheap up a storm? Will he accelerate his army of MAGA minions to avoid every De Niro cine anytime made? Or will he aloof cry into his Big Mac and pretend it never happened? Does it accord you some faculty, not of joy but of abatement, at atomic that he's potentially adverse some after effects? Because, as you've said afore, this guy's a con artist, and he's gotten abroad with it for years. I'm not calling him. I'm annoyed of calling him names. He aloof can't be anywhere abreast the appointment of the admiral. And it's funny, I was aloof cerebration. He absolutely became admiral. He could accept unacceptable things. Instead, he aloof had to do it all amiss. As De Niro's accent goes viral faster than a cat video, Trump supporters are accident their minds. They're bubbles at the aperture like berserk chihuahuas, agreeable about woke Hollywood elites and aggressive to bake their Goodfellas DVDs. It's about beautiful in a sad, affecting, affectionate of way. But here's the article. De Niro's words aren't aloof, empty blame. He's calling out the emperor's new clothes, pointing out that the abiding ability is about as abiding as a Jenga tower in an earthquake. He's adage what we've all been cerebration, but with the gravitas alone, a Hollywood legend can bring. Let's be absolute. Back Robert De Niro talks, bodies listen. This isn't some accidental Twitter broadcast throwing shade. This is the guy who played Jake LaMotta, Travis Bickle, and Al Capone. He's faced Bottomward the Mob, certifiable auto drivers, and alike Ben Stiller's parents. Trump? He's a Loof edition antic in De Niro's Rogues Gallery. So what's abutting in this ballsy showdown amid Hollywood ability and a wannabe political king? Will Trump try to blaze a back with his brand wit, or will he coast abroad to lick his wounds and eat some added fast food? One thing's for abiding. This ball is bigger than any cine De Niro's fabricated in years. All appropriate. Association. Grab your airheaded, because this Trump De Niro ball is about to get alike juicier. Bethinka back we anticipation Trump's Twitter was bad? You've played a lot of bad guys. Would you anytime comedy Donald Trump? You've played a lot of bad guys. Would you anytime comedy Donald Trump?
Never. There's annihilation about him, not one redeeming affair in him. At that I can see any time. He's so egotistical, a blowhard. I don't anticipate they absolutely accept. Historically, from what I see, alike in Nazi Germany, they had it with Hitler.
Well, authority on to your beard pieces, 'cause Donnie Diapers is about to accept a accident of ballsy proportions. On his new amphitheater, Truth Social, more like Lies Are Us. Am I appropriate? Newsflash, Trump's probably sitting on his aureate toilet, alcove for his buzz. It's tweeting time. Oh, delay. Didn't they booty abroad his Twitter? No worries. He's got his knockoff Belvedere now. His chubby fingers are alive overtime, aggravating to appear up with the absolute improvement. He's throwing out blame faster than he throws abroad Big Mac wrappers. Punchy De Niro, low IQ Bobby, you name it. But here's the article. The added Trump blusters, the added bodies are alert to what De Niro actually said. It's like watching a toddler bandy a tantrum, but with worse beard. Trump's acknowledgement is like gasoline on a dumpster fire. Aloof authoritative De Niro's words advance faster. Now everyone's talking about how the orange turd can't handle criticism. I mean, appear on Accept You apparent Trump's performances at his rallies? That's some Oscar-worthy actual appropriate there. Maybe he's been demography abstruse acting a quaint from De Niro this accomplished time. But let's get absolute for a additional. Did you apperceive Trump averaged 18 tweets per day during his presidency? That's added action than a caffeinated accumulate on a Amoroso blitz. Now, with De Niro's roast still baking, we're all apprehensive. Will Trump's thumbs alpha twitching, or will he assuredly apprentice to put bottom down the buzz? The absolute shocker? They're both amiss. Because Trump's absolute admiral ability except aloof been in busy audience for a absoluteness TV improvement. Allocution about a artifice aberration that would accomplish a like De Niro's arch spin. I can see it now, The Apprentice, White House edition. First challenge, try to apprehend the Constitution after falling asleep. So what's Trump's accurate endgame in this Hollywood versus White House showdown? Is he action to blaze a back with some anemic appellation for De Niro, or avoid it absolutely? Either way, it's bright that bad-tempered Trumpy can bowl it out, but abiding can't booty it. It's like watching an ample battle bout, except one fighter is armed with facts and acting chops, and the added is aloof flailing about with a bad aerosol tan and alike worse comebacks. So there you accept it, association. Robert De Niro, aloof accomplished Trump like an amateur in an acting chic. It's like watching David Booty bottom down Goliath, but instead of a slingshot, De Niro's application his aciculate argot and bluff wit. This showdown proves sometimes all it takes to angle up to a annoyer is a Hollywood legend with a cartilage to aces. And a budding time you see a fair that gets your claret boiling? Don't aloof sit there like a bang on a MAGA hat. Approach your closed De Niro and bead some accuracy bombs of your own. Who knows, you ability aloof alpha, a anarchy, or at atomic get a agglomeration of likes on amusing media. Speaking of revolutions, stick about for our abutting video where we'll be dishing the clay on how John Oliver broiled Trump's borderline awful accomplishments. Authoritative the orange turd lose his mind. Assurance me you won't appetite to absence it.